Potato.
If you've ever wanted a Big Mac that can tank a lot of damage, this is the build for you. What's going on, guys? I finally got my second build ready to go. I wasn't actually expecting this one to be my second build, but I was not expecting this to be so much fun to use. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So of course, this is on a male Majin. Yes, they are notorious for having some pretty broken combos online, but fuck it, we're gonna abuse the shit out of it. So let me go ahead and start off. Once again, just like my last video, we're gonna start off with stamina break combos. There's really only two that I ever intend on using with this build. There might be more, but I'm just too lazy to find it because these two are just so easy to pull off. Again, I'm going to give them some pretty stupid names, but again, it's just for the sake of reference. So the first one I refer to as the spinning double palm, and this is done in a non-purified form. So you can't be in your purified state to pull this one off. And I'm pretty sure it's the one that most people get pissed off with. So this one just involves doing 7 weak attacks and light stamina breaking immediately afterward. You can heavy stamina break, but I don't recommend that for this build, just because light stamina breaking opens you up for a hell of a lot more opportunities. We also have the elastic backbreaker, and this is done in the purified state, so before you have to pull this off, you gotta be in your purified state, because the combos for your pure form are completely different from your regular combos. So this one involves doing 8 weak attacks and light stamina breaking before landing that 8th attack. Now the camera can be kind of wonky for this one, but once you figure out exactly where the camera's gonna be after you kick them away during this combo, it's pretty easy. So next up we have equipment. Once again, I don't have to say anything about clothes because QQ bangs are in this game, but I use the QQ bang that gives you +5 in health, ki, and stamina, and -5 in basic attack, strike supers, and ki blast supers. This guy's a tank, so obviously I don't need any damage. And seeing as how he's a tank, the super soul I chose for this one is let's just enjoy the game right now. Not only does that decrease the amount of damage you take by only a small margin, but it also negates all paralysis abilities, all blinding effects, all poison damage, and according to Rhymestyle from a recent video that he made, it also negates the stagger you have during a heavy stamina break. So now that equipment is done, let's go ahead and get on with the moveset. I'll just give a brief summary as to why I have that move on my skill set, and then we'll move on to tricks. So first super I have is Go Go Gum. This is pretty much just a link to certain skills that I have. Nothing too special about that. Next skill is Rakshasa... You know what, we'll just call this the Shamalana Ding Dong's Claw. This one is a great link to the certain combos that male Majins have, and we'll get to that in just a second. Next skill we have is God of Destruction's Wrath. I'll explain why I have that in a second when I talk about tricks because it's linked with another skill that I have. Rise to Action. Obviously, when it comes to male Majins, stamina is king. If you're low on stamina, you will take a metric fuck ton of damage, so make sure you're topped off. As for my transformation, believe it or not, I actually have Purification on as my transformation for this. I don't know what happened in between me making that video about my favorite transformations and whatnot and afterward, but being a pure Majin is actually a ton of fun. The stamina drain is still a pain in the ass, but good lord is it fun to play with. My escape move is Candy Beam, which is an exclusive Majin move. And my two ultimates, honestly, since I'm not doing a lot of damage, I just kind of fiddled around with them and just picked whatever. I have Mystic Flash as my only defensive move, and Super Kamehameha. Now that we got the skills out of the way, let's talk about some tricks that you can pull off with this build. Now these first 3 tricks, I'll start off with the spinning double palm stamina break combo, so let's go ahead and get on with it. The first one, immediately after that stamina break combo, you do a YXY combo string, and what that's going to do is it's going to do a bunch of spins and kicks, and at the very end of the combo, you'll knock your opponent straight to the ground. Immediately after knocking your opponent straight to the ground, you immediately follow up with a Super Kamehameha. If your opponent has a lot of stamina, they most likely won't recover in time to avoid that attack, but if they do have a lower amount of stamina, they could escape maneuver out of it after they hit the ground. Next one, open up with the spinning double palm. This time you open up with a YXYXY combo string, which is different from the last one. Instead of kicking them to the ground, this is going to hit them with a heavy hit and it's going to kick them to the side. Immediately after that last hit, you open up with Shamalana Ding Dong's Claw. And the last one I pull off, which is super easy to pull off, but it still can deal a lot of damage even though you're a tank here, is obviously opening up with a spinning double palm, immediately spitting out the go-go gum, so they can't move, and then activating God of Destruction's Wrath. Let me explain exactly why I did it this way. Why do I need to bother with go-go gum? Well, God of Destruction's Wrath is pretty inconsistent in terms of hitting every single blast when you're up close and personal with someone, especially if their stamina is broken. I've noticed that sometimes a lot of the blasts during God of Destruction's Wrath will hit even if their stamina is broken, but a lot of the time when they get hit with one blast, they'll get knocked away and they won't get hit by the rest of the blast, making you waste a key bar and it won't deal a lot of damage. Go-go gum pretty much negates this entire thing. So you open up immediately afterward with the go-go gum, they can't move, and then you activate God of Destruction's Wrath, and a lot of those blasts will hit. You can call it cheap if you want, but this is my build, so this is the way I did it. I also have 2 tricks that you can use when you're lower on stamina, one of which can be flip-flopped with other escape maneuvers. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Candy Beam Rise to Action combo. If you Candy Beam correctly, they can't do anything because they're a piece of candy. You can activate Rise to Action if you want. The other trick I have is doing the Spinning Double Palm Stamina Break combo, go-go gumming the person, so they can't move, they can't do anything, and then rising to action there. I wouldn't recommend doing it twice to get more stamina because go-go gum can run out while you're doing that second one and you'll be left completely defenseless. Finally, I have 2 more tricks that are actually done in your pure form, and these are the only ones that I could figure out in the time that it took for me to make this whole thing, but they're really easy to pull off. Now, both of them open up with the Elastic Backbreaker Stamina Breaking combo. So the first one, you do that Stamina Break combo, and then you immediately activate Teleporting Vanishing Ball, because Teleporting Vanishing Ball works in a way that a lot of other skills that I feel like needs to be fixed works in the same way. So the way you land this move is you have to break their stamina first, go point blank, and immediately activate it, which puts the ball pretty much on top of their body. They're getting hit by the energy, they get launched in the air, you teleport away, and then you teleport on top of them. If their stamina is broken, they won't recover out of it, and you'll chuck the ball right at them, it'll normally hit. If you don't break their stamina, they'll recover out of it, and you won't land it. If you do break their stamina, and you don't open up with you having them inside the ball at first, which launches them into the air, they can just drift away from it, and they won't get hit by it. So do the Elastic Backbreaker combo first, then immediately afterward, activate Teleporting Vanishing Ball. And the last trick, obviously open up with that Stamina Breaking combo again. This time you do a full weak attack combo, and immediately after that last hit, the last hit essentially is you bitch smacking someone straight to the ground. Immediately after that, just activate Vanishing Ball. Before I finish up this build video, if you have a high stamina Majin character, especially a female Majin character, do me a solid and give Purification a chance. It's well worth it, to be honest. Yes, the stamina drain can be kind of annoying, but it's actually a ton of fun to use Purification. And the reason why I say specifically a female Majin is because even if you somehow run out of stamina in the middle of the battle, if you're just having too much fun with it or you're not smart with your stamina, your break state will last a lot shorter than most other characters would. But anyway guys, that is my next build, my good old tanking Big Mac. That's all I got for today. I'll see you in the next video.